Meanwhile, back at home, we've been talking about beautiful conditions extending for a few more days before temperatures start to take a tumble. So I wanted to show you with tonight's sunset. I know that your sunrise and sunset times are getting closer together. Today we topped out, or I should say the sunset over the horizon is 7:43. Just giving you some perspective of where we're going. Temperatures in the morning hours have been a little bit more on the crisp sides. All signs of fall are arriving, and it does look like these 80-degree days that we are forecasting will or could be the last couple that we have for the rest of the year. 64 currently in Seattle, 57 in Everett, Forks, Double, Nichols at 55. You had 40s to start off with this morning. Tomorrow, check it out. Sunshine and 70s, absolutely love it. I think tomorrow will be the warmest day of the week. Like I said, it could be the warmest day for the next several weeks as we are closing in on the first day of fall. So this summer-like pattern, short-lived, but it's here. Showers return this weekend and temperatures tumble back to the 60s. Yeah, it'll be feeling like fall this weekend. So 83 tomorrow, 80 Thursday, 71 Friday, 68 Saturday. And once we get down to 68, we'll be staying in that upper 60, low 70-degree range for quite some time. In fact, you go from September 7th to September 13th, right? It's right around the corner. We stay blue, which would indicate below normal temperatures, right? This weekend is going to showcase just that. Overall, the entire month, the warmth stays to our south. So we've got equal chances here locally to have above normal temperatures or below normal temperatures, which I think is, in addition, a sign to changes to come on the horizon. High pressure there. That's why we're going to be nice. This little system is going to be working its way in for the weekend, and that's what's going to create some rainfall. So it'll take its time. It's still doing its thing out in the Eastern Pacific, but it is planning to be here sometime on Friday. Yesterday, I was thinking it was going to arrive midday. I'm thinking now maybe late in the day Friday, pushing through a few showers, and then Saturday, a bit of rain shadow. So spots on the coast, spots in the foothills and the Cascades, you will continue to get wet on Saturday. I think Puget Sound will be rain shadowed a bit. Sunday doesn't look too bad either. But if you're going to be heading to the game, bring a poncho to be safe. But I'm going to forecast mostly dry conditions, temperatures in the 60s, and overall we're looking pretty good. If you're going east of the Cascades to the Coug game, it'll be a little chillier. So make sure to grab a jacket with you since it is an evening game ahead. So 83 tomorrow, 80 Thursday, and then the temperatures tumble this upcoming weekend.